Jay-Z gives an announcement, accepts an award for Dr. Dre. He complains about his wife not getting an award. He claimed he didn't want to embarrass her, but he did. Um, I think people need to check in with Beyonce's fan base because a lot of things happened to her. She changed her dressing to, very revealing clothing. She came as a Christian. She was doing gospel and R&B. She was doing country too and a little bit of jazz. She was doing a lot of things. Then when Dream Girls came out, the song Listen, she got rid of her dad. Okay. Then, Mike Huckabee, a conservative, came out and said that Jay-Z was pimping his wife because of the way he had her dressing. So this all kind of eclipsed her fan base. And it's not getting any better. She's getting awards, but it's not album of the year because she keep bumping up against that Libra Taylor Swift. Now, if anybody knows astrology like I do, if you put a Libra and a Virgo in the same room, the Virgo is not going to win. The Libra is going to always stomp them. Look at Chris. Look at Will Smith. He's a Libra. He slapped the crap out of Chris Rock at the Grammys or wherever he was. The police were waiting to get him, but he didn't get got. Look at in politics, Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis won, but everybody was acting like the Libra won, who was Gavin Newsom, because he got good looks and nice hair. The Libra is always going to, that's going to be, when Libra and Virgos come together, people always pit them against each other. This is why Beyonce is always being pitted against Taylor Swift. It's astrological issues there. So, her husband, she took her fan base and merged it with her husband was the mobster gangster, and he given Dr. Dre an award who ushered in gangster rap, which got rid of all the New York conscious rap. So she merged her brand with that. And she came off as a Christian girl, covered up. Then she turned into this, look like she work in a strip club somewhere. She's always naked. Everybody's always looking at her. And it's just like, okay, that's the change. I saw the change in the early 2000s where people, mothers and all kinds of mothers were coming out and saying they didn't want their kids listening to Beyonce or looking at her stuff. None of that because of the way she was dressing and the music change. So, of course, when you have that type of change, it's very hard to get a Grammy when you've lost firepower, when you've merged your business with an ex-gangster rapper or whatever he called himself. And then on top of that, people were saying she was gatekeeping, not saying that she was, but when people are throwing stuff out there like that, your whole brand is messed up. And then you messed it up by merging it with gangster rap. So it's just like, come on, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And one day she may get it, but the begging and the groveling and saying why y'all shouldn't and certain people shouldn't be in the category. I think Victoria Monet did a great job. I listened to some of her songs. I didn't even know who she was. So I was one day scrolling on YouTube and I saw Get It From Her Mama. And I saw it had 1 million views. So I said, let me see what this is about, because I'm the type of person, I read energy. If you see 1 million views on a video, people are down in the comment sections talking about it. So I go down to the comment sections and see what everybody's talking about before I turn it on. And when I turn it on, I see how the beat is dropping and how and she's a writer. Like, for him to say some people didn't even deserve to get these things, that was a slap in the face. And I don't appreciate that for new artists like Victoria Monet, who actually has been writing her behind off, just like money long, these girls been behind the scene writing, and nobody would help these girls. And now that they get their time, you got his BS tail get up there and say some people didn't even deserve an award. You on the board and you can't even get your wife an award. Man, go sit down. This is beyond. I'm tired of the begging. I'm tired of the begging. You never go beg for something that you ain't getting. Create it yourself, or either the law of attraction works like this. If you think you're good, then everybody else will. But if you're sitting up here saying, I'm not getting this and everybody needs to award me, that sounds pretty narcissistic, because people music changes and people want new fresh ideas. Okay, so Beyonce just needs to revamp herself, change herself, do other things. But you cannot beg for a group to give you something or organization to give you something, and you don't even know their voting criteria. And you supposed to be on the board. So why your wife ain't getting the stuff? Oh, they too busy giving it to him because he got an award for some album or whatever. So this is the Beyonce just needs to reinvent herself like the rest of the stars, like Aretha Franklin and Patti LaBelle and them. They reinvented themselves because after the 80s came by in the 90s and all the R&B and stuff blew up, Aretha Franklin had to remake herself, and her and Lauryn Hill got together and did a track called A Rose is a Rose. And Aretha Franklin was back on again. Okay, so she gonna have to do that.